the time. And then most of us decided to quit our job. I did that gladly because I didn't really like corporate life.
Welcome to episode 4. That was Putri Minangsari, world-performing Balinese dancer. An aspirational role model, she is somebody with the courage to leave a lucrative corporate career in pursuit of what she loves most, dancing. I am Tanya and you're listening to Janda Becanda.
What I see from you is obviously you're very passionate about dancing and passionate about the culture more than anything else. And what I'd like to have an idea for somebody else who's listening is that how can you pursue a career for something that you're passionate in? And you're a living example of that. And as a result, you've been able to make a career out of that. So maybe you can walk through in terms of was it always natural for you to choose the dancing life, and how did you sort of format that so that it can turn into a business? And if somebody else is listening and saying, I can see that for myself, I can see how I can do that for me.
Our job, I did that gladly because I didn't really like corporate life. I want to dance all the time. That's really my passion. So I started teaching full time in 2015, and I never looked back.
Oh, fantastic! So
I never looked back.
4 years later, then.
Yeah, but the thing is that from the business side, I never really take care of that. All I do is I come and teach, and then when my students are performing, I prep them and I help them. So that's what I love the most. And of course, performing on the side. I love the rehearsing moments. I love time spent with my fellow troupe dancers because they're my family, basically. So I don't really deal with the business side. I just teach and then I get the salary. Luckily, because I don't really have a business sense in me.
Well, what do you mean by the business side? You mean you don't market, you don't advertise, or you don't?
I don't. Well, I would think people would say that my Instagram posts advertise myself. When what I think I'm doing with my Instagram is just really sharing my passion, like my dancing, my rehearsals, and my students. Because these are the things that are closest to my life. So that's how people see me advertising. But and then so many of my new students knew me from Instagram. They would follow me and then they would message me and ask, where can I join your class? And then some would offer me a workshop. They would say, can you come to our community in Cibubur and elsewhere to give a workshop? And I would do that gladly. I do that.
So I think you do it so casually and so naturally. To pakai baju kebaya, like I think I met you recently di mall.
Yes.
I was having my coffee with my family, and then out of a taxi you came, like in full of baju kebaya, like on like lunchtime, and it was absolutely adorable. I just adored that. So not just dancing, but also the kebaya, so which is part of it's a big movement now that everybody's doing. But obviously for you, it's not just Hari Selasa kebaya. No. Because today is not Selasa and you're wearing kebaya. So tell me a little bit more about that and what that means to you to be able to.
So I feel by wearing it, I'm just a little bit, but an advocate, and I want people to be more and more into it because it's ours. We don't want it to suddenly not born anymore, and then for my kids to remember, we used to have this. That's like the worst thing that can happen. It's a cultural richness that we need to.
Supaya budaya tidak hilang di tengah zaman. The next thing that I wanted to ask for you, so the first time I met you, I actually knew you as a painter.
Yeah.
And we had one of your paintings in our offices, and it was beautiful. So tell me more about this. You obviously have a lot of different passion, a lot of different interests. Do you still paint?
I still paint. Yeah, fortunately.
That's good.
I just started again actually. So the thing is that I would come as a guest lecturer every year. I come to teach 2 classes at Balinese International University.
Teaching what?
To teach acrylic painting.
Okay. So you also teach painting?
Yes, believe it or not, because I really paint. I don't really have time. But recently, my partner and I have, he has taken a liking in painting, and I've been teaching him. So we've been painting together, and it's great.
Oh, the couple that paints together stays together.
It's lovely.
It's fantastic. I love hearing that. It's wonderful. What's next for you in terms of the next big thing that you're pursuing?
I don't know. I like to just live my life day by day.
Okay.
I like to live in the now. It's like there's always something coming up, and I like the element of surprise that life always provides for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course I make plans. So with my troupe, every year we would go back to Bali because we don't want to be stagnant as dancers. We always try to do or to study from a teacher in Bali every year, and it's usually in October. So this is the time we're going to go this Friday, all 9 of us, and we're going to study 2 classical dances in Sabah. This is a village near Ubud, and dance and learning 2 legong dances that comes from Sabah. So yeah, and then we would learn it, take videos, and then we would try to perform it here in Jakarta, because these dances, Jakartans have never seen them live. Okay. So yeah, we learned something like that too last year's Legong Playa. This is a really rare dance. Right. It took me 3 years to find a teacher that could still dance it. So these are these are
This
dances.
is your point that you were saying.
Yeah.
That they disappear because
people don't dance it anymore. So we're very happy because last year I found a teacher, we went to study it, and then as soon as we learned it, people in Bali started to oh yeah, we have that dance. How come we forgot about it? And now in Bali, in Ubud, kids have started to perform it again.
Oh, wonderful.
And we feel it's because of us, so it's really proud. Although we're Jakarta dancers, we're not considered real dancers by the Balinese because we're Bali dancers in Jakarta. Yeah. There's always that.
I'm sorry, I just pulled a face for those who are listening at home, because how is it that Balinese don't consider you Balinese dancers?
There's always that, because we are considered to. In my troupe, only 4 Balinese, and the rest are from different ethnics. So it's like Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, right? So our troupe is considered anak Jakarta. We're not considered as real seniman tari by the Balinese.
Okay.
So for us to actually, it's hard for us to find a stage in Bali itself. But it doesn't matter because we're here in the capital city, and we spread it here and in other cities and abroad.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. We're passionate about the dance, the culture, and we don't really care. But for the Balinese itself, we would not be considered as real Balinese dancers, So we're happy that something like we've done actually inspired them to preserve their culture. So anyway,
when you say it's their culture, it's actually your culture too.
Yes.
So that's why I'm always a little
The
bit.
thing is that
I'm eye rolling a little bit because I know a little bit that the Balinese can be a little bit guarded about.
Yeah. I'm Balinese, but because I've never lived in Bali, I grew up here in Java.
Is that right?
Yeah, I've never lived in Bali,
So who taught you how to dance?
So my dad, he had 4 daughters, right? And so he was posted all over Indonesia. But since we're little girls, he always insisted that you shouldn't lose your roots just because you don't live in Bali. So he always called a tutor, a Balinese dance tutor, to teach us. So that's how
you've maintained that learning.
Because my dad insisted that we all needed to be able to dance.
I see. And were your teachers Balinese? Or?
Yeah.
They were Balinese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And even if in Java or everywhere else in Indonesia?
There are always Balinese teachers.
Okay, so I guess that's for other parents who want to have their kids learn Balinese dancing. And that's good to know that Balinese dancing has a lot of resources for people to learn and pick that up.
Yeah. I won't say that only real Balinese dancers can teach well. There are also great, my friends included. But yeah, I just happen to have all my teachers
happen to be
Balinese.
Kalau selain tari Bali yang maybe like Javanese dance or anything like that, would you learn those dances in the future or?
I admire the Japanese dance very much, but I think for my characters, I like the dynamic move, and Balinese is very like
eye contact.
Yeah, while the Japanese dance are more meditative, it's more like inward, and as much as I admire it, we have several choreographies where we collaborate Japanese and Balinese dance, and it works, and I love it. But I don't really see myself dancing Japanese. Maybe Sundanese, because Sundanese dance is quite expressive. Yeah, quite similar to Balinese. And Jawa Timur is Javanese dances. The kebaya are also very dynamic. But Central Javanese, I don't really see myself dancing.
I look forward to seeing you dance those.
No, I haven't learned, but I love those.
Would you learn them?
I would. Yeah. I have time.
Yeah, well, you seem to be able to squeeze in a lot of things. Maybe I love that. I love that you're a teacher, but also always a student, and that's a good thing.
I love the idea of lifelong learning.
Yeah. All right, so you're going back to Bali. You're going to come back with some new dances for us.
Yeah, excited.
And so, when can audiences in Jakarta expect to see your new dance?
I'm not sure. I don't really have any performances planned for the rest of this year because November is coming and December is usually a quiet month because everyone's going away for school holidays and Christmas and we don't really have classes starting mid-December, but usually by early Feb it's going full force again.
So early next year we can see that. And you have your Instagram poetry reading. So at poetry reading. So everybody can go and follow Putri, and she's absolutely gorgeous in that. And like me, you can stalk her on. But yeah, so wonderful. Thanks so much for sharing all that with me today.
No problem. Very happy.
Yeah, I'm glad. Well, all right. So until the next dance lesson. Bye. I hope you've enjoyed my interview with Putri Minangsari. For show notes and more episodes, you can find it on my website, jandabecanda.com. I am Tanya, and you're listening to Janda Becanda.